You can say every caveat you want, but the Yankees scored 7 runs last night and hit a pair of homers, so who am I to complain?
You are Locked On Yankees, your daily New York Yankees podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Yankees, which is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first listen every day. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. This episode is brought to you by Bird Dogs. Go to birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB or enter promo code LockedOnMLB for a free white tech hat with any order. You won't want to take your bird dogs off, we promise you. It's actually very true. With me, as always, is my producer, Steve Granato. Steve, besides gushing about bird dogs, how are we doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Yankees coming off of a victory. So, hey, like we said, who are we to complain? Coming away with a win. That's what you're here for, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Hey, thanks for clicking on the show here today. We really appreciate it. Coming up later, of course, we're going to preview the finale. Yankees trying to take the rubber match and take the series in Chicago before getting out of Illinois. We have a new thing coming up later, and I actually haven't even told Stacey about this.
Oh, boy.
I'm calling it the boldest prediction game. See what I mean later. First, Stacey, last night's win, 7-1, the final score. The offense finally busts out. I don't want to say, like, wow, they really poured it on last night, but, I mean,
Right.
7 runs. They go deep a couple of times. I mean, it's hard to be upset about last night's win.
Yeah. I just love that IKF has become a reliable hitter. Like, it's almost like you expect him to get the big hit now, and he got the first big hit of the game and kind of ended that horrible run of them having people on base and not doing anything, and 2-run double on that hit, and it was kind of like oh, okay, we can do this. Cool. And, the Yankees went from there. Again, it's not like they scored 14 runs. It's not like they were great in every aspect of the offense, but this is a much better showing than the past couple of days.
Yeah, we were talking about it on yesterday's show, how step one of your offense is getting people on.
Mm-hmm.
Something that, by the way, eluded the Rail Riders last night. Just throwing that out there. They got 1 hit last night. Didn't get their first hit to the leadoff single in the 9th inning. Just throwing that out there. So it could have been that. They did have 2 walks. Tough night against Syracuse last night. Anyway, besides the point. But the first step is getting people on. Step number 2 is getting people over. Step number 3 is getting people in, right? Get them on, get them over, get it in is the most cliche thing we've ever said on the show. But it still holds true. And the Yankees were able to get them on in the 4th. They got him over, and they finally got him in. That last piece of the puzzle was something that had been eluding them for a couple of games now here in the second half, and it's nice to see. You mentioned IKF with that big 2-run double. I felt like that kind of woke everybody up a little bit, and I was like, oh, yeah, we can do this. This is how baseball works, and they did it. They're able to get it done. You see Harrison Bader with a nice RBI knock there. And Stace, my bold prediction, we're talking about the boldest predictions game a little bit later on in the show. I was so close to being 4/5 of the way to my boldest predictions instead I'm just 20% of the way. Jake Bauers just missed a grand slam, man. That was so close. And as soon as it left the bat, I was like, come on. Like, I'm a hero. I'm a hero if this leaves. And I was not. But hey, sack fly, I'll take it.
Yeah.
He just needs to hit that slam now on Wednesday, so I'm good.
Right. Because the game against Houston on Sunday, it's not like they didn't score. They just couldn't score when they really needed to. Like, once they tied it and then Houston pulled ahead, they were able to claw away a little bit, but they had opportunities to possibly pull ahead and win that game. So when I say the last 2 days, I don't mean for both games the number of runs. I mean just the big hit coming at the right time. So I just wanted to clear that up because I don't want people mad at me in the comments because you never know.
Oh, Stace. Higgy goes with the 2-run shot in the 8th inning. Nice little pinch hit, 2-run blast, and then Judge goes deep as well. Remember we were talking about it, last week? Judge had those, 4 games or 4 at-bats in a row where he just missed a homer. He's been on a little bit of a slide here. Came back. He was swinging it well. He's kind of gone on a little bit of a skid, and nice to get him back on the board, get him back deep in the outfield. So, I mean, again, there's very little to complain about here with this offense last night.
That home run was really majestic. Like that, you could have seen that home run from Ohio with how high it was hit. I was like, whoa, look at the angle of that. I think David Cohn said it went 147 feet in the air. So even the people in the upper deck were like, oh, wow, look at that. It's like right at our eye level. How cool.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I mean, to your point, 39-degree launch angle. That is insanely high. That is way up there.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, the last out of Dwight Gooden's no-hitter, we couldn't see it because it was pretty much a straight-up pop-up to Jeter, but it felt like it was taking 35 minutes for it to fall out of the sky because it was straight up in the air, and that almost felt like what Judge's home run was. It was just so
forever
majestic and beautiful.
I want to get the hang time on that one.
Yeah.
39 degrees, 410 feet, 109.1 off the bat. So, yeah, that'll
Pretty
play.
good.
That'll work. That'll get you a run. That's for sure. Stacey, we've been talking about this guy for a while now. Clarke Schmidt again did it again, and I think this is maybe one of the most unsung heroes in baseball right now, considering how tough it's been, especially over the last week with the Yankees rotation. I mean, as of this recording, we don't even know who's starting tomorrow.
Right.
So, or today, if you're watching it when it releases.
Yeah.
So, to have Clarke Schmidt go another 5 1/3 of 1-run baseball, 4 hits, a walk, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Again, we said it at the top. You can give us every caveat you've ever heard of under the sun. I don't care. It's a Major League Baseball team. He's going out there and he's doing his job and he's doing it well. And we'll be the first to admit, Stace, we were completely wrong about Clarke Schmidt at the begining of the year. I mean, maybe not at the time, but we were borderline calling for him to get out of the rotation. But
by May.
We were like, this is not working. And it wasn't working, again, to be fair at that point. I think, weirdly enough, the Yankees' lack of options with all the injuries, the Rodon stuff, the Sevy stuff, kind of built Clarke Schmidt into a legitimate Major League starter this year.
Yeah. I mean, would I have liked for him to go further than 5 1/3? Yes, because I always say that I'd love for him to hit 6 and consistently hit 6. He doesn't have to go 7. He doesn't have to go 8. But the rest of the numbers, it was a Luis Robert. I mean, he has 31 home runs. I mean, that's, it's not like you're giving it up to like a scrub from the end of the bench. Again, a Major League Baseball player. You're giving it up to a person that hits a lot of home runs. So that's not a knock on, on Clarke Schmidt at all. I love the 1 walk and 7 strikeout ratio. I like that the strikeouts are going up. That's awesome.
Yeah, we talked about that previewing that game yesterday on our show, but how his strikeouts have been climbing steadily, and that's huge. And remember that the issues for him, especially at the beginning of the year, was that with 2 strikes. And for him to be able to swing it around now and to be able to finish off hitters is a massive change in the way he's attacked hitters, the way he's been able to battle through. I mean, there were games where he's going 2-3 innings, and now he's doubled that. So, I mean, there's very little, again, you can complain about with what Clarke Schmidt has given the Yankees. Again, maybe the leash was longer than it should have been, given circumstances. I think, again, that might be the reason why here. But that's now 14 straight starts for Clarke Schmidt, 3 runs or less chars. It's just, it's insane. It's insane for a guy that was, a few months ago, we're going, who would you rather have in the 5 spot? Multiple times over had that conversation. Yeah,
and now, as we said, he's one of the most consistent and reliable starters that the Yankees have behind Garrett Cole, which is...
That's a title to have. That is a title to have. Speaking of reliable, Michael King, which, by the way, they asked Michael King the other day on the Yes TikTok, which is also another aside, by the way. I love the read they have for that on Yes. Follow Yes on TikTok for more content. And like, that's the entire read. It's the weirdest read ever. But anyway, Michael King and other Yankees were asked who their favorite hip hop artist was. And Michael King said J. Cole, which is the correct answer. So I'm very happy with that. Michael King, now my favorite Yankee. Sorry, Oswaldo.
How many of them said Drake?
Oh, too many Drakes. Too many Drakes.
Yeah.
Oh, too many. Get out of here. Get out of here. Drop in the comments down below who's the best hip hop artist in your opinion.
Maybe when we do one of our non-baseball segments, I will go off on Drake.
There you go. Yeah. That'll be fun. Break from baseball. 3 2/3 shutout from King Loaisiga. Jonathan Loaisiga goes 1-2-3 in the ninth. Looked great. First game of the year. I mean, again, man, I got no complaints, man. Great, a solid game. Solid game.
Yeah. I'm sure people will complain about certain things, all the strikeouts, but it's they scored 7 runs. Just be happy that they scored 7 runs. They bounced back from the previous night, and now they have a chance to win the series.
Yeah, take it. That's all you're looking at. That's all you're looking at. Try to win series. Hey, tell us down below how you're feeling again, and also why is Michael King correct in his answer to the best hip hop artist?
And why are we correct in our assessment of Drake?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And of course, you can leave questions for Fan Mail Friday down below as well. Don't forget that's coming up in 2 days. So Fan Mail Friday, you're running out of time to get your questions in. You also can skip that line by joining our subtext and getting text conversations with Stacey and myself. There's a 14-day free trial, and you get a whole bunch of other perks with that as well. We're going to step aside, but we teased it earlier. The boldest prediction game. What is that? You're going to find out next. This episode is brought to you by Bird Dogs. Hey, Bird Dogs, I'm telling you guys, is the best place to buy men's shorts and pants that come in with a built-in liner. They've sent us a couple of pairs to all Locked On hosts, and I'm not even joking when I say they are some of my favorite pieces of clothing to wear now. I wore my Bird Dogs pants today, as a matter of fact. Love them. First time I'd worn them, and I really did enjoy wearing them. I feel better. I look better. And honestly, they're just super comfortable. And you can dress them up. You can dress them down. You guys have heard me talk about Bird Dogs a couple of times now at this point. They're super comfortable. They're versatile. And they're cheaper than other reputable brands. You know, I also have some Lululemons, which, you know, is a little bougie. But these are like better than Lulu's and cheaper, which I am all about. I'm always about saving a buck. And you can save a ton of bucks by going to birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB, or you can enter that promo code LockedOnMLB, and you're going to get a free white tech hat. Yes, a free hat with your order. That's birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB, promo code LockedOnMLB for a free white tech hat. You won't have to take off your Bird Dogs, we promise you. Back here on Locked On Yankees. Hey, don't forget tonight, final game in Chicago. You can listen to that on SiriusXM. And of course, on tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about that game. We're going to recap the series. We're also going to talk about IKF and what this season has been like for him, and just kind of break down like what a surprise IKF has been this year. But Stacey, a lot of people don't know. Probably, I don't even know if you know this. I used to host a movie review podcast during the pandemic. We covered 50-something movies. Like, it was like over a full year of movie content we did. And at the top of that show, we used to play a game every single episode. So I've made a lot of games. And I got an idea to make a game for this show, something we haven't done before. It's called the Boldest Predictions game. And we've been doing bold predictions now for about 2 months. And I think they've been fun. I enjoy doing our bold predictions, especially because you can look back and say how dumb we've been. It's one of my favorite things to do. Now, we're going to expand the boldest predictions, Stacey. I have 8, and it's your job to say true or false after that.
Okay.
And this is a chance for you at home, or you at work, or you on your commute to save this episode. So you can make a fool of Stacey. This is just free fodder for you right here. That you just be like, all right, Stacey, you were very wrong on that. So I have 8 bold predictions for the Yankees, not just the series. I'm not just the season. I mean, all-time Yankees calls here. Hot takes, essentially. So, okay. Stacey, I'm putting you on the spot with these 8, and you have to tell me true or false. Are you ready to play the boldest predictions game?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Bold prediction number 1. The number 99 will be retired.
Oh, yeah. They're already planning that. Like, come on. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, we got to build our way up here. Okay, bold prediction number 2. Aaron Boone will be manager in 2024 of the Yankees.
True.
Wow. All right, it gets harder. Bold prediction number 3. Brian Cashman will be fired this offseason.
False.
Wow, didn't want to go with it, huh? You didn't want to go with it. Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay. Bold prediction number 4. Jason Dominguez will play his entire major league career in pinstripes.
False.
Wow. Now, see, there is a caveat to that one. I was thinking after I wrote it. What if Jason Dominguez only plays like one season in the majors?
Yeah.
It could be one game. It could be 20 years. But you don't think that he will play his whole career with the Yankees? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Speaking of not playing their whole career with the Yankees, bold prediction number 5. Anthony Volpe will be traded by the Yankees at some point.
Ooh. I'll go true.
Wow. Okay. See, you're learning the bold. You're learning the boldness.
Mm-hmm.
This is one I know some Yankees fans are clamoring for. Bold prediction number 6. Giancarlo Stanton will be DFA'd before his contract ends.
Ooh.
Is he going to get the Aaron Hicks treatment?
I think like it may be like a similar to the A-Rod situation kind of thing. Like, okay, you've had fun. We're going to bring some kids up now and we're going to give you money. Like that kind of a thing. I could see that happening. Yeah.
Wow. So you're going yes.
Yes,
okay.
true.
This one, give you a little reprieve here. Garrett Cole will win Cy Young this season.
Oh. I'm going to go false.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't wait till that one's wrong. Because that is 100% going to be in the episode where we go, Garrett Cole won Cy Young. And we're like, look what Stacey said.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is just gotcha journalism right here for you. I'm gonna call an option here. Garrett Cole will win Cy Young this year and in 2024.
False.
False. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Stacey, our final bold prediction, the boldest prediction of all. And you could be a hero if you get it right in the positive end for the Yankees.
Okay.
Bold prediction number 8. The New York Yankees will sign Shohei Ohtani.
Oh my God. False.
Oh no! I thought you were you were thinking, you're mulling it over there for a second. You really wanted to say true.
For a second, and then I was like, "It's Hal. It's Hal." I cannot believe that he would do that. Like they would have to tie him up and convince him to do it. Like, almost like torture him and convince him to do it. Like Clockwork Orange, the eyes open, just showing him Shohei Ohtani highlights for like 24 straight hours until he relents and is like, "Yes, give him all the money." That's not going to happen.
Okay. I feel like
would I love that to happen? Of course I would, but I don't trust that. I don't trust Hal to do that. No. I think Steve Cohen might make a big play for him and forget that whole, we're going to be better in 2025 thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not exactly going to play for show. Man, I don't know why I have this impulse to say Baltimore. I just have this impulse to say Baltimore for some reason.
I'm actually surprised that Baltimore didn't. Well, I feel like Baltimore would have been the ones to get him at the trade deadline, and then they would have sweetened the deal to keep him with them, just because they have so many. My God, their farm system is unbelievable.
Yeah, ridiculously stacked.
Yeah.
Norfolk Tides just crushing the International League. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is about it in my brain, it's just Baltimore. I don't know what it is. And then it'll come out later. The Yankees, we made a play. We missed out on Shohei, and we tried and just didn't get him. And now Shohei for the next 8 years just destroys the Yankees. That's my bold prediction. There you go. I'll throw one in. That way I look dumb. Okay, you feel better?
It's my turn to look dumb.
Yeah, it's my like I don't do that enough. Let us know in the comment section down below which ones are true, which ones are false. Give me your favorite one. And I know it's going to be a lot of the Yankees will sign Shohei. Stacey don't believe. They don't believe.
I do not.
You believe? Let me know down below. Of course, the Angels are completely falling apart. So I mean, I already
They
said
were
this.
winning the last I saw.
Oh, well, don't say that too loud.
Oh.
Hey, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we have a preview for the final game in Chicago. We got to talk about the weird starter situation.
Want the chance to win more money with fewer picks? Head to Sleeper, where you can win up to 100 times your money on just 2 or more fantasy baseball picks. Sleeper is a fantasy sports and real money gaming app focused on bringing people together through sports and gaming. Sleeper has become the fastest organically growing fantasy platform in the world with over 5 million active users. At Sleeper, it's not just about sports, it's about building personal connections and lasting memories. I'm Staceface826, so you can connect with me. With Sleeper, predict the hottest baseball stats like home runs, hits, strikeouts, and much more to cash in on your daily fantasy baseball skills. Download Sleeper in your app store and use promo code LOCKEDON, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply, and you can see their terms of use for details. It's currently operational in over 30 states, so check out Sleeper today.
Back now on Locked On Yankees. Don't forget, everybody, you can catch the White Sox series, the final game in that set tonight on SiriusXM. Just download the SiriusXM app and search for Yankees. Okay, weird today, Stace. Mike Clevenger gets the ball for Chicago. He's dealt with injuries this season. His strikeouts are way down, especially by his standards and, at the peak of his career. Before he got shipped off to San Diego, he was much more a strikeout artist than he is now. He's coming off of just a couple of strikeouts in his last outing, 3 earned, 4 total runs last time out. But the weirder situation here for this game is, as we're recording this, we still don't know who is going to start for the Yankees. I think this is the latest we've had this situation all year, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we keep saying it. They can't run Severino out there unless they do an opener situation, but I don't see that happening either.
Yeah, Sevy is lined up today.
Yeah.
That it is his turn in the rotation. I think what's making this situation so much harder is the Rodon news.
Right.
And of course, the Herman news. Very different news. But
yes.
But having them both unable to go at this point it has really thrown a wrench into the system here, because I think even if just Rodon was in, Sevy's out, right? I don't think they're even considering it at that point.
Right. I would agree with that. Yeah. I think the thing that works in the Yankees' favor is the off day that they have between this series and the series coming up over the weekend. So if they needed to do some sort of bullpen game, it was only King and Loaisiga on Tuesday night. So that kind of helps the bullpen a bit. And if they need to use more guys on Wednesday in the finale, it won't be as bad as, a time where they'd have to go straight to another city and play another game. So I think that quote, though, from Aaron Boone, have we mentioned the quote yet? Because it's
we haven't. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, said in the post game last night, quote, "They are considering everything." Yeah, that's something.
Yeah,
you know what's nice is that really narrows it down for us. I know what they're considering. There are a couple of things they're considering, right? Sevy, one.
Yeah,
and there are branching narratives off of Sevy. If it is Sevy, like, what do we do in that situation? Do we A, let him go? B, have someone ready almost immediately? C, like you said, opener it for him. Like, there are multiple, again, branching narratives there on what they could do with Severino. The other option is not Johnny Brito. They can't call Johnny Brito. It has not been 10 days since he has been optioned, and there's no injury to speak of for he could get called up regardless. It's Randy Vasquez. It's clearly Randy Vasquez. Vasquez has not pitched since last Wednesday when he spun an absolute gem against Rochester, which we talked about, of course, on Miners Monday with Connor Foley. So Randy Vasquez is the clear-cut candidate to come up. The problem with that is someone's got to go down. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot down.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm like,
yeah, with Marinaccio down, like that makes it tougher. You don't want to option Michael King. Like there's not any room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So that's why I think it could be something like a Greg Allen, because they only have 13 pitchers on the roster right now.
That's true. They could do that.
That
would actually make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. But I mean, we've been saying it ad nauseum, but they can't keep running Sevy out there. I mean, it's an automatic bad thing. He's just, he's the opposite of Cole, basically. Like, you could pretty much pencil, usually, if the offense doesn't screw with Cole, you can usually pencil in what you think would be a win, where when Sevy goes on the mound, it's almost like an automatic L, and the Yankees can't afford that. So
no, they can't. They can't afford it. I'm curious to see. I mean, you're stuck in a rock and a hard place here. There's not much winning in this scenario, either way, any way you slice it. So I'm curious. I would go I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe it's a DFA for Greg Allen. You'd have to do. I don't think he has any options to my memory. So I think you cut that tie. You got Judge back. You have Stanton. You could always go to Florial if you really need. You have Franchi. Like there's other alpha options right now, so I'm not too worried about it. And Allen hasn't been playing anyway. He played last night, but he just has not been playing. So I think that is the likely scenario. You just call Vasquez up and let him take the rotation spot. I feel like Sevy's lost that spot.
He should. No offense to him. Love Sevy, but at this point, he has to lose the spot, because we were thinking of kicking Clarke Schmidt out, and he hadn't done as badly as Severino has since he's come back. Right.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how they do it. They could go bullpen day with a bit of Sevy out of the pen, like you said, with an opener or something like that. They could totally do that. Let Sevy go 2 or 3 innings just to try and
see how he goes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see how that works, and see if they have anything legitimately out of the pen as a long man. I don't know. Rock in a hard place. Hopefully they figure it out, and hopefully it ends up coming out on top for them. Let us know how you're feeling about that, how you're feeling about Sevy, and of course, while you're down there, drop your questions for Fan Mail. Friday only got a couple more days before Friday, and that's coming up here on the next, of course, Friday show. And of course, you can drop or you can join our subtext and get text messages with Stacey and myself. You can have one-on-one conversations with us, get answers to your questions for Fan Mail Friday, priority, roster moves, all that stuff. And you will be the first one to know if they do make that roster move tomorrow or today. It's late. That's going to do it for us and today's Locked On Yankees. I'm Steve Cardano.
And I'm Stacey Gotsulias. We will see you tomorrow.